Hello everyone. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to build an interactive rainfall dashboard with Google Earth Engine app. We're gonna create a GE app, a rainfall dashboard analysis. So now let's get started. So the Google Earth Engine has emerged as one of the most powerful cloud-based geospatial platform for processing, visualizing, and analyzing a large-scale environmental dataset by providing a direct access to petabytes of satellite imagery, climate records, land cover products, and environmental dataset. The Earth Engine enables the researchers, students, and policymakers and geospatial professionals to perform an advanced analysis without requiring a high-performance local computing resources. The platform combines the cloud computing, remote sensing, geographic information system, and machine learning capabilities into a single environment, making it an essential tool for modern Earth observation studies. While the Google Earth Engine is widely used for satellite image processing and environmental monitoring, one of the most powerful yet often underutilized feature is the ability to develop an interactive web-based applications known as Earth Engine apps. Earth Engine apps allows the user to transform the analytical script into a professional geospatial dashboard that can be shared with the researchers, government agencies, decision makers, and students and general public. These application provides an intuitive interface through which the user can interact with the complex geospatial analysis without requiring any programming knowledge or direct access to the Earth Engine code editor. So this interactive geospatial dashboard have become increasingly important in environmental monitoring and decision support system because they enables a real-time exploration of spatial and temporal data. Unlike the traditional static maps and reports, the interactive application allows the user to define a custom study area, select an analysis period, generate the charts, and visualize the spatial patterns and retrieve statistical information dynamics. Such capability significantly enhances the communication and dissemination of scientific finding while supporting the evidence-based decision making. Rainfall is one of the most important climatic variable controlling the hydrological process, agricultural productivity, groundwater recharge, ecosystem health, and flood occurrence, drought development. Understanding the rainfall variability across space and time is essential for water resource management and climate adaptation, planning, disaster risk reduction, and sustainable development. However, a conventional rainfall monitoring based solely on the ground based meteorological stations often suffers from limited spatial coverage, particularly in remote and data scarce regions. To overcome these limitations, a satellite-based precipitation product have become an increasingly important for hydrological and climatological applications. Among the available dataset, the Global Precipitation Measurement Mission, developed by NASA, provides one of the most comprehensive and accurate global precipitation monitoring system. And this particular dataset can provide a long-term precipitation record suitable for a rainfall monitoring, trend analysis, drought assessment, flood studies, and climate research and water resource investigations. And this tutorial demonstrates the complete process of developing an advanced rainfall monitoring dashboard using Google Earth Engine app development tool and the GMP precipitation dataset. The application is designed to provide an interactive environment where the user can define a custom region of the region of interest by drawing a polygon directly on the map and specify the analysis period through the user interface controls and perform a comprehensive rainfall analysis automatically. The developed application integrates several analytical components commonly required in hydrological and climatological investigations. These includes a total rainfall accumulation mapping, rainfall intensity classification, monthly rainfall time series visualization, seasonal rainfall assessment, linear trend analysis, and automated statistical reporting. Through interactive charts, legends, and dynamic map layers, user can explore the rainfall variability and identify the spatial and temporal patterns within the selected study area. So now let us go through the interface I created for our rainfall dashboard. So this is the advanced rainfall dashboard. Where this particular dashboard covers the rainfall trend and intensity classes and total rainfall. For example, let me reset this. So now I have reset my dashboard here. So I'm going to run this. So this is our rainfall dashboard here. So you can fix your time period of your analysis and the starting time year of your analysis and the end year of your analysis. So you can select your year, month, and day. And similarly, you can select your year, month and day, both the start and end year for analysis. So let me minimize this particular one here. So now, for example, I want to perform the rainfall analysis for this particular study area. So cover entire Africa. So to do that, first you're going to do is I'm going to zoom out a bit, and I'm going to navigate to this option called draw a rectangle. And I'm going to draw a rectangle over this study region of our choice. So once you did that, I'm going to exceed this. And next step is you have to fix your suitable time period of analysis. For example, you can select any period of your choice, and this particular dataset is available from. This particular dataset is available from 1998 to 2025. So you can perform the analysis between this year from 1998 January 1 to 2025 September 1. So the dataset provider is NASA, and let me show you that. So for now, we're gonna leave it as a default time period. For example, 2015 January 1 to 2024 December 31st. So now I have selected my region of interest. So now I'm gonna click this option called Run Rainfall Analysis. So I'm gonna click this option. So it's gonna run the rainfall analysis for this particular study region. So we're gonna zoom out a bit, and right now you can able to see the study region here. So we're going to turn off this particular study area. So in the layer section, we have three different layers. One is rainfall trend in millimeter per year, and the second layer, which is the intensity class, and third layer is total rainfall. So the rainfall trend here, which shows us if it is a red, which indicates the decreasing negative slope, and if it is white, it indicates the stable, and if it is blue, it shows us the increasing, a positive slope, a wetter area, and decreasing red, which states the drought areas, and stable areas and neutral areas. It is kind of stable. So in the second class, which states second layer, which states the intensity class. So the intensity class classifies the rainfall intensity based on the amount of rainfall. For example, if the rainfall is less than 500 millimeter, it's going to classify in blue. And if the rainfall intensity is between 500 to 1000 millimeter, it will be classified as a moderate. And if the rainfall is between 1000 to 2000 millimeter, then the rainfall intensity is heavy. And in the extreme class, the rainfall is more than 2000 millimeter. And the last layer, which shows us the total rainfall. So first I'm going to turn off these two layers, and let us visualize this particular layer. I'm going to adjust the transparency of this layer here, and you can able to see in Africa, towards the southern part of the areas have a decreasing rainfall trend. It can be observed here, and let me increase the transparency. And towards the northern part areas, it is kind of the rainfall trend is kind of neutral here, and in the central part of Africa here, and towards the western part of Africa, where the rainfall trend is kind of good compared to the other part of the areas. So it can be seen from this rainfall trend layer. And similarly, the next layer, I'm going to turn on intensity layer. So this layer basically classifies the intensity. For example, so these yellow color, which states the rainfall is lesser than 500 millimeter, and the green, which states the moderate rainfall between 500 to 1000, and the blue color, which states the heavy rainfall, which is around 1000 to 2000 millimeter per year. So we can able to see over this part of the areas. Let me turn on adjust this particular transparency. You can see it more better. So right now you can able to see the color here, so which indicates the different the rainfall intensity classes can be observed based on the colors here. So in the northern part, it is kind of more of a less rainfall is lesser than 500 millimeters per year, which is correct. And similarly, towards the southern part of the areas, we have the similar trend, but a few areas kind of receives the rainfall, which is heavy classes here. Based on the color, you can able to see. So the based on the color, you can able to see the different rainfall intensity classes. And third layer, we're going to turn on the third layer, which shows the total rainfall in millimeter. So we're going to navigate to this option here. I'm going to click the setting options. And once you did that, a new window pop up here. And in that, I'm going to, in the custom section, I'm going to select stretch 90%. And once you selected stretch 90%, the value going to appear in the range section here. And I'm going to click apply. And right now it shows the total rainfall here for the specific study area. So you can able to see, let me turn off the, reduce the transparency here. So now it's a bit more clear. So in the central part of the areas in Africa has a higher rainfall compared towards the northern and southern part of the region. So more of central area has a better rainfall compared to the other northern and southern part of the areas, but the rainfall is kind of lesser in northern as well as in southern areas. But in the central layer Africa, we have a good rainfall which can be observed based on this layer here. And similarly, we have another data. So in the dashboard section here, so I have made this particular option called the rainfall variation for the from to 2015 to 2024. Have created this particular chart here. So you can click this option and you can visualize the rainfall trend for this particular area. So the rainfall trend which shows a kind of a bit of decreasing here. So but you can able to see the peaks here. So comparatively, the rainfall is kind of lesser. You can able to see the for this particular year, for example, in 2015 here, 2015, you can able to see the rainfall here, which is around 62 point, which is closer to 62.5 millimeters, and in 2019, the rainfall which is around 65 millimeter, and lastly, in 2024, the rainfall has reached around 70 millimeters. You can able to see this the peaks here, and similarly, the rainfall can reduce below 40 millimeters in many cases here. Even this particular point, which indicates so the rainfall reduces to lesser than 40 millimeter per year. You can able to see from this graph. So this particular graph shows the monthly rainfall time series, and this particular axis which represents the rainfall millimeter per month, and this particular axis which states the year or the date. So let me get back to my dashboard here. And similarly, the second dashboard which states the rainfall millimeter per month versus the monsoon period. So from June to September. So in this period, we have the study area receives in Africa, which receive rainfall of around 45 to 50 45 millimeter per month here. And you can also compare with other month, so which I have not made it. So I have specifically focused on the monsoon period. And next is the mean annual rainfall, so which shows the mean annual rainfall. So this is the total mean annual rainfall for entire Africa, which is around 6102 millimeters, and the total rainfall from 2015 to 2024, which is given here, and the average trend which is minus 0.20 millimeter per year. And the mostly it indicates here you can able to see mostly it is of drier. So based on this analysis, so which indicates that so this is drier area. So this is the introduction of our basic the rainfall dashboard which I created myself. So let me explain how to create this particular rainfall dashboard. So the key objective of this tutorial is to introduce the practical concept of Earth Engine user interface development. The application demonstrates how to create an interactive map, drawing tool, text input boxes, button panels, and panels, legends, charts, and statistical output using Earth Engine JavaScript API. User will learn how to connect the user interface component with the geospatial processing workflow and enabling the creation of professional decision support system that operates entirely within the Google's cloud infrastructure. So the workflow will begin by allowing a user to define a study area through an interactive drawing tool. A monthly precipitation data from GPM datasets are then filtered according to the selected spatial extent and temporal range. The rainfall values are converted to a millimeter per hour to millimeter per month, after which a total rainfall accumulation is computed. The rainfall intensity categories are generated to identify the regions experiencing the different precipitation regimes. The monthly rainfall trend are visualized through a time series chart while the sectional seasonal rainfall comparisons are performed to evaluate the difference between the monsoon and the non-monsoon period. A linear regression analysis is subsequently applied to detect the long-term rainfall trends and identify the areas experiencing the increasing or decreasing precipitation conditions. In addition to geospatial visualization, the application calculates the key statistical metrics, including the mean rainfall, the total rainfall, and average rainfall trend within the selected area. These statistics provides a quantitative insight that complements the spatial analysis and supports more informed environmental decision making. So the resulting dashboard function as a comprehensive rainfall monitoring system capable of integrating a data exploration, statistical analysis, visualization within a single user-friendly platform. So by the end of this tutorial, user will acquire practical experience in Earth Engine app development, user interface design, and geospatial visualization, and chart generation, statistical analysis, and cloud-based environmental monitoring. The technique demonstrated can be extended to a wide range of applications, including the drought monitoring, flood assessment, vegetation analysis, land use change detection, groundwater studies, climate trend investigations, air quality monitoring, and natural resource management. A separate playlist will be created for Earth Engine app creations. So you can go through all the different information that is available in this playlist. And this integration of this satellite derived precipitation data, cloud computing, and interactive visualization and web based application development provides a powerful framework for creating a scalable environment, and monitoring tools such as application not only enhances the scientific analysis but also improves the accessibility, reproducibility, and communication of geospatial information, thereby contributing to a more effective environmental management and decision support system. So in this video, I have shown you the introduction to of building an interactive rainfall dashboard with Google Earth Engine app. So thanks for watching and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give us a like.